Alright, so the part 2 LR for the Topo Dokkan Festival celebration is the LR Ginyu Force, the first summonable LR Ginyu Force character. We did have two LR Ginyu Force characters in the past, which were the Tech Goku Ginyu and the Physical Ginyu. Those are both free-to-play characters though, so this character in, proxies is obviously going to be a lot more powerful. So this character is interesting in the way that they have multiple super attacks here, right? They do have two 12 key supers, two 15 key supers, and then they have an 18 key super attack as well. This is a 55% Link level 1 showcase. We're just going to get a general look at this guy, see what they are able to look like in game specifically. And we'll talk about exactly what they're doing from here on out, but let's hop right in. Again, we're gonna have them linked up with, I guess we'll have them linked up with this AGL Ginyu, so you can see we got a lot of links active here. Pretty much every single link except for Fierce, never mind, Legendary Power, Gentleman, Respect, Ginyu Force, Loyalty, Signature Pose, Fierce Battle. Now at link level 10, those links give quite a bit of extra boost, but at link level 1, we're missing a good amount of stats. I mean, Gentleman gets 10% defense, the Ginyu Force link only gets a crit chance, to be fair. Loyalty gets a 5% reduction, Signature Pose gets extra attack, right? There's just a lot of mostly attack, to be fair, but 5% reduction and 10% defense missing could definitely mean a lot. Now, we are basically going to be hitting 18 key guarantee linked up with this guy. We could also technically do this and hit a 15 key super, I believe, right? That is actually 16 key, is it? Yeah, it is. So, okay, we'll just go ahead and continue like this. We'll get a big old super here. So how the LR Ginyu works is this character does not want to grab in key spheres. If you grab in key spheres or rainbow key spheres, you get 25% attack and defense for 2 turns for all allies, right? Other than the character. But if you grab any key sphere that isn't INT, you also get 50% attack and defense for the turn. So you ideally want to grab the rainbow key sphere for the support, then the other type of key sphere for him to get the full attack and defense buff here. So if you take a look here, bam, we're at 327k defense. With the full special pose category rotation, we are guarding and we are going to be super effective against all types. And then for the first 3 turns, we're also giving all allies 25% attack defense other than this Ginyu here. Keep in mind, for the intro animation though, we do want to have 5 or more special pose category allies as well. So, I mean, all in all, this character wants to be ran on the special pose team, right? This is a character special made for it, especially because Topo does indeed end up, what's it called? How do I explain it? Topo does change in key spheres to rainbow key spheres, which means that we're basically never going to be getting those rainbow keys or those in key spheres, right? Because Topo changes them. Now, one other thing to note is this Ginyu is a character that could work pretty decently in slot 1 because not only are they guarding, but we do have an ability where the Ginyu Force, they get 5% reduction up to 35% before attacking per special pose category ally in the team. And the same thing there is with crit, 7% crit up to 35% crit chance. The crit chance could still be useful, right? Even though this character is already super effective, but it'll still be useful as well. Now you also did see they did perform a super attack. They get a guaranteed additional super attack on their intro, and that's the only thing I didn't really mention. But besides that, that's everything this character is doing besides their active skill, which we'll talk about later. I think the most important thing to break down next is the super attack. So they're 18 key, they do massively raise attack and defense for the turn, mega colossal damage, and then they raise all allies other than this character attack and defense 30%, right? So that's pretty cool. I wonder if I should get a stack with this guy. I probably should. That's probably the safer move, right? And again, we can see Ginyu right here. He's able to provide the extra support ability to these characters, which is really, really good. So let's say in this situation, Ginyu is at 339k defense. Keep in mind that there's no multiplicative defense in this Ginyu's passive, right? But we're going to be getting 100% defense on super attack here, so that shoots us up to 679k defense without the damage reduction. Keep in mind, the damage reduction is only after this character attacks. But we do get the 12k super attack guarantee, so that is also a 50% raise on top of that. So this Ginyu ends up being on this specific rotation at 850k defense with guard. This is 55% link level 1. This is the bare minimum. Now we are getting, I believe, 50% support from this INT Topo, right? Which is definitely nothing to, like, it's like nothing to really be like, oh, that's nothing to scoff at, really. It will be a very useful buff there. But beyond that, I mean, him at 55% hitting 850k with guard, I'll definitely take that, right? It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. I might actually transform the Topos here. I could transform the Topos, but I think I'll just keep it like it is, just because there's not really a need for type advantage in this phase anyways. And Gotenks might stun here as well, so that should be fine too. And things will be looking pretty good here. Now, when it comes to the 12 key and the 15 key super, there are multiple animations you can get. So depending on their 50% chance to proc, right? You have a 50% chance for an additional effect where on the 12 key, attack is also greatly raised for the turn. Then on the 15 key, this guy does have the ability to stack defense greatly if the 50% proc is active. Otherwise, it's just greatly stack attack, right? I explained that very weird, but, you know, in fact, I could just literally show y'all. You know, I think that it's just better, right? So, with the 12 key super, it's always going to greatly raise defense, colossal damage, and stun, but there's a 50% chance for it to also greatly raise attack. Now, that is, I believe, when Raccoon comes in on this 50% chance, and then Guldo is only the 50% defense raise, right? Then right here, I actually don't know. I think it's Birder that greatly raises attack, and then no, it's Birder that greatly raises defense and attack. It's a permanent stack, and then Jace, I believe, greatly stacks attack. The order is in. I think it's the order is literally in the card animation themselves, which I could probably just take a look here. Or, you know, a good thing, software update. Try to update my phone right now, so that's funny. Let me see. I want to bring this up here. We could take a look here just to be sure. It should be in the order of the animations. There's Guldo. Jace does greatly stack attack there. Okay, so we do know for sure, right? Anyways, we do have a lot of support here. So we are getting 60% support from the Birder and Jace right there in the slot 3. So we're at 314k before we get the stats. We go ahead and grab the key spheres here. We're getting the extra stats now. And we should see a pretty decent attack set. This might be the highest attack set we've seen in the video so far. If not just in general, right? So what are we going to look like here? We're doing a 9.3 mil attack stat that is super effective against all types. Then we are going to do an additional super attack guaranteed. And this is the 18 key right there. Then we get the 12 key. Now, what I would say is it could potentially be difficult to see the 15 key super because this team has Topo as Rainbow Orb Changer, right? So Topo Rainbow Orb Changing could make it just very difficult to see us getting a lot of these super attacks off, right? It could be kind of annoying for that to happen, and it does suck a little, I guess, where you wouldn't really be able to get the stack, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. I'll just let Topo stay right there. Actually, I made a mistake, did I? Probably have to transform both Topos now because I made a mistake right there, but it's fine. Not a big deal. We'll just grab this, and then we'll just float this Topo right here away, so that should be okay. Topo should be cooking just fine, and Ginyu is also able to use the active skill from the 3rd turn of first appearance if the entire team is Ginyu Force, or from the 5th turn if the entire team is Special Pose category allies. What the active skill does is it gives a 25% attack and defense raise to this character for this battle, which is a pretty big multiplicative raise. Then he also gives all allies other than this character 15% attack and defense for the rest of the battle. I believe that's for the rest of the battle anyways. And that is for the rest of the battle. That is insane, right? That just could be really good. But it might just be within that same turn. I can't really tell for sure. I guess we could see the difference potentially, right? We could actually get Gotenks to Transformers, so that's really cool. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is out here, but okay, so we could see the differences here. So we're at 275k defense here. Yeah, after the active skill, let's see what our defense stat is going to look like next. Alright, sweet. So yeah, we can see there we got the extra buffs. We could also even grab this, and we won't get 24 key, but we can get pretty high up there, which is nice. So yeah, we shoot up to 344k. You can see that's a very massive buff right there. That's going to matter quite a bit. And then even EGL Ginyu here, he's at, I guess, only 500k defense, right? EGL Ginyu is not going to be that guy anymore. In Gotenks at 900k defense before he even supers is really good. So now we're at basically 10 mil here without support. Keep that in mind. We usually would be able to see some support here, but this is without support this time with this Ginyu. So that's really, really awesome. Then we see the double super attack here. Yeah, so he's basically doing the numbers now that he would be doing with support, but obviously we don't have any support on this rotation this time. Now, Eiji Ginyu could die here. That's very, very possible Eiji Ginyu just bites the bullet. If that's the case, I'll probably hop back in, and then I'll get rotation with the Birder and Jace is what I kind of want to see. A rotation with them, and then we have the active skill up, and it could just be a very juiced, big damage turn. Okay, luckily he did not get super attacked. Perfect. And Gotenks, dude, he's also very nasty. What a very disgusting character. Let me dang, I hope I don't kill next turn. I don't think I will. Ideally, I don't actually finish the turn off next turn, but it depends on Gotenks and what he's gonna do here. Let me skip ahead, and then I'll come back to the next rotation with the LR Ginyu Force. Alright, so this is technically another supportless rotation. But let's see. I wish this was a way we could not grab these keys for a second and another Capra rotation. But again, we'll do this. Hopefully, maybe if Golden Frieza just super attacks us, we could see what kind of defense we would look like with the damage reduction. Just the guard with this Ginyu sitting in slot 1. It depends, right? If you just want to super, he decided not to super, so that's fine. Same attack stat here. Alright, so let's move on to the next turn. We should get Birder and Jace, and that'll probably be the last rotation of the video. Alright, so this should be a mega juiced rotation here for LR Ginyu. We can grab this. We're going to get the full 24 key. We have 60% support with the Birder and Jace. We're at 432k defense here. So I think his defense is pretty much, yeah, his defense should be over 1 mil on this turn, right? We're doing a 11.7 mil attack stats. We do have a 35% chance to crit, but it is super effective against all types no matter what. So that's pretty sick. Then we get the guaranteed additional super that's hitting for a 7 mil attack stat. Now this didn't really do anything from there, but yeah, I think we're probably done unless Birder and Jace do dodge the one-hit KO super attack. But that's okay. I think we saw pretty good showing of what this LR Ginyu is able to do, which is very cool, right? I think LR Ginyu seems to like be pretty good once you're able to get him with some of these Ginyu Force characters as well. But being fair again, like Gentleman is not giving anything right now. Respect is giving him a lot of extra attack. Ginyu Force is giving him a lot of extra attack. Like most of this is just giving him extra attack, right? Which is the biggest thing here. But in terms of defense, like he's not really gonna lose out on any defensive utility if you do not run some of these Ginyu Force characters on the team and you run like other signature pose characters such as the Ribrianne or the Universe 2 Ribrianne Kukunsa and Rosie LR, right? So in terms of this guy like floating around being like a support character, he'll do his job just as good as he is here, because in that situation you won't really care about his damage. But I wanted to make him look good here. I wanted to see what this guy's able to do if you did really focus around him. Unfortunately, the other Ginyu Force member is just not really that great right now, so it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think though. Thanks for watching, and of course I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.